Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to the live stream. Thank y'all so much for stopping by again. Shout out to Jacob J, Michael Beach of Life, NTZ crew. I really appreciate it, man. My old heads, there's Michael Alexander. I see you, King Arthur. Tita Cha. He said, permission to come aboard ship, sir. I remember that. Jim Crane, what's up, man? Thank y'all, man, really, for all of y'all support over the years. He said, what will be the topic today? Well, we always have a topic, but let me welcome any new viewers and subscribers to the live stream for the first time. And also anybody watching the replay. But the topic today, Michael, is should there be an unspoken agreement among foreigners to get along overseas? Let's talk about that today. What's up, Michael Beach of Life? Yeah, guys, if you enjoy, man, like and share. Like and subscribe. Join the channel, man, and get some exclusive videos and information. What's up, Soul Snatcher? You know, in light of the shooting that happened in Cebu, I think it's a good time that we talk about this unspoken agreement among foreigners, especially when you look at the way Filipinos are viewing this shooting and the way foreigners are viewing the shooting. It would shock you, but you would think it would be common sense for us to just get along over here. We don't have to hang out and be best friends or anything like that. But damn, I'm up against it overseas. And now I got to fight the same people I could be fighting at home. But the peso is 55.73. And I want to remind everybody that Holy Week is coming up the last weekend in this month. You want to get somewhere and be situated. You don't want to be traveling around during Holy Week. Millions of people in the airport and everywhere. Okay, people going home to the province. It's going to be a problem. Okay, so keep that in mind. That's Thursday's the 28th. So then Friday's the 29th, Good Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. It's basically going to be shut down. Get somewhere, have a good time, party, celebrate your religion if you follow that, Easter and all that. Casman Flower said people are going to be people no matter where you go. Yeah, I'm aware of that. Okay. But if you watch that CCTV video yesterday, it's confusing to me, really, because it tells a whole lot of stories on that thing. Okay, first of all, it seems to me like that man was by himself. I don't know if that's a good idea to be going out by himself. Remember, I'm not blaming the victim. Let's look at the CCTV. Go back and watch it. Right before, when it first comes on, it just shows him standing there like he's amongst friends, like he's just talking amongst friends. And then all of a sudden, somebody comes from behind and kicks him in the back. Well, no, let me back up. Then you see a blue car coming into the screen. Then somebody kicks him in the back. And all hell breaks loose. The guy gets shot, he falls on the ground, and basically everybody leaves him there to die by himself, guys. That should tell you something right there. Filipinos are warm, they're welcoming and everything like that, but everybody is not happy you're here. Some people hold a grudge. You don't know which ones they are. But I'm saying if something goes wrong over here and you need help, more than likely it's going to be one of us to help you. That's all I'm saying, because, I did a video. I'm not going to really go into a whole lot of what I talked about with my members only. I just gave some thoughts that I had on the shooting, because normally, foreigners from all walks of life, they run into problems over here in the Philippines. Sometimes it makes the news, sometimes it doesn't. But when it makes the news, the next day it's usually gone. This story's not going anywhere, guys. It seems that it's turning into something other than an isolated event. People are rallying behind the shooter. If you didn't know that, all you got to do is go online. It's like he spoke for a lot of people when he shot that man. It's like, yeah, he had it coming. It's like he did what a lot of people are wanting to do. And I'm like, wow, man, that really shocked me. And the way they look at it is like, okay, because normally I'm going to tell you the reason why the story is hanging around. Because disrespect is involved. How dare we come over here and disrespect Filipinos in their country? So that's why it's hanging around. That's why he's getting so much support. I wouldn't be surprised if he beat the case. Plus he's known here more for YouTube than actually his music, Merlin said. But I just think we should get along. I mean, I don't get it, guys. Y'all know the shit I go through over here. It's foreigners. It's not Filipinos. D. Hicks said, when I served overseas in the military, we lived by the unspoken agreement to look after each other. See, I'm glad you put this up here, man. I mean, why wouldn't you do that? Because a lot of you guys, you ass kissers over here. You'll take the side. You don't realize it really is a us against them mentality over here in a lot of ways. But y'all don't think it. You'll go against me, okay? You'll get on the other side to go against me thinking it's going to get you some kind of brownie points. You kissing ass, man. Let something really happen and see what happens. They'll throw your ass under the bus, man. I'm not talking about all Filipinos. I'm just saying that I don't have to be your best friend to look out to you, to have your back, man. That's all I'm saying. It's a damn shame that a man has to be shot like that, because remember, we're only getting one side of the story. The shooter side. That's the only side we're getting. And they believe the shooter. Okay? He's smart to bring in that disrespect because he knows that's going to get everybody riled up and on his side. How dare these foreigners come over here and disrespect us? Y'all need to listen to somebody who's been over here for a while. If it would have been anything else, if they would have just been in there drunk and got into an argument and he shot him, you wouldn't even be hearing anything else about that story. But the fact that he said, yeah, he's over here disrespecting women and blah, blah, this, blah, blah, that. Oh, hell. All hell broke loose. People are making him out to be like a hero, man. Trust me. They said that he sent a message to foreigners when he shot that guy. You better respect us. I'm like, wow. Hey, the Sigma Enigma, he said, thanks, Cal, for reigniting Geechee Lion's passion for ministry. Your support proves the power of brotherhood and finding purpose. Well, I'm not even going to take that. I can't take that credit, the Sigma Enigma. I really can't. But I'm glad that whatever happened to him snapped him out of it, because he's been making a lot of videos here lately. I know he's bringing out new music. Something sparked him. I don't know what it is. He said Johnny Cochran will save him. Well, like I said, we're only getting one side of the story. The victim can't speak. He's fighting for his life in the hospital. We'll never get his story, probably. That's all I'm saying. Casman says something that I've realized that Filipinos will look out for each other even if they are in the wrong. Same with Thais too. Well, they're monolithic. Remember, I do videos, man, for a reason, real life videos, and I tell y'all that if you fight one Filipino, you got to fight them all. If you come over here as part of their culture, if you talk down on the country, talk down on the fellow Filipino, you're going to start a fight. But y'all don't listen to me. That's just how it is. Certainly They put us all in one basket. I don't disrespect people. Just be careful, man. I tell you guys to shut the fuck up and mind your own business over here. You really gonna have to ramp that down. You gotta take all this into consideration and be like, hey, do I even want to go there? Do I want to relocate there? For the most part, the Philippines is safe. It's safe for me because I can't say it's safe when you end up in the hospital like that. Because I don't know you. I don't know what you're into, who you're hanging out with, where you hanging out at. But for the most part, if you come over here and practice some common sense, some common courtesy and respect and decency, you're not gonna get in trouble. But I tell you all the time that right underneath the surface of all that sweetness and warmth and kindness, Filipinos will cut you in half and never have a second thought about it. We think, oh, because they're small, they're little, this and that. Man, that means nothing. Okay? They carry a chip on their shoulder. Sunflower said it should be a straight written agreement. That's right. Most of the foreigners that I come in contact with, I seem to have a good rapport with them. You can sit down and carry a conversation with them. But some of them, man, they'll throw you under the bus, man. They think that, they're the perfect foreigner over here. They're going to get on the side of whatever country they're in, and try to get brownie points. Oh, let's expose him. He's exposing women over there and all that. See, they'll do that. They'll turn against their fellow man for that, knowing that they really don't give a damn. They really don't. Hey, Blue to Glow, thanks for that super sticker. But I just think that's why I started my community, because I know it's crickets over here. I'm trying to build up a community. I built a guest house. We need to come together, guys. I don't have to hang out with you. You don't have to be my best friend. But damn, if you see me getting whooped by 3 people in Thailand or somewhere, what are you gonna do? Just keep going and say, oh, you deserve it? Because y'all don't give us the benefit of the doubt. Foreigners don't get the benefit of the doubt here. If you see somebody getting his ass whooped, the first thing you're going to think, he deserves it. He done something wrong. You fucked up. Well, you really don't know. But give me the benefit of the doubt. Hell. Hey, Casman, thanks for that super chat. He said, there's a saying that if you go looking for pain, you'll find it. Same goes for trouble as well. You can enjoy yourself without causing trouble. Yeah. But everybody's talking about this shooting as if we know the whole story. We only getting one side of the story, guys. We don't know that whole story. That's why I'm just going by what the news is saying. We don't know what happened. If you go back and look at that CCTV video, you're going to be as confused as I am now. Because I'm like, hey, if this guy, why is he waiting around to get shot? What's he doing? Is that the police holding him until the guy gets there? I mean, what's going on? I mean, nothing ever happens until that blue car comes into the screen. Then the guy comes behind him and kicks him in the back. And I'm like, well, maybe they know each other. Okay. But nothing happened till that blue car came on the scene. Then all hell broke loose. Because if you look at it, one of the guys got his arm around the foreigner. I'm not saying who's right and who's wrong. I don't know the story. I'm just telling y'all what's going on over here. You go online, and I've talked to some Filipino friends, man. They look at it differently, man. They look at he deserved it. That's what he gets. We're believing him. Mike Dawsonville says, us foreigners, we need to always use the rule number 1 and stay humble. Yeah. And common sense, Michael. I don't know if getting drunk, going to a club by yourself is common sense overseas, but who knows? Was he drunk? You can't see it on there. He's just standing straight up. I don't know if he's drunk or not. Blue the Globe says, I had a great relationship with a nice woman. Philippines entered the diving competition in the Olympics. It was a disaster, and I posted a funny clip of it. She got upset, and we never spoke again. Wow. And this isn't a foreigner against Filipino live stream. That's not what I'm doing. I'm just saying that when we come overseas, can we just get along, man? We act a damn fool over here with each other. You see what's going on in different places, you know. But whenever you see a foreigner get in trouble over here, who comes to his aid? Other foreigners. But this isn't, foreigners against the Philippines. I'm just telling you how things work over here. A whole lot different than how they work where you're from. An argument could get you killed over here real quick. Something simple, man, could be the spark, man, that turns it into a blazing fire, guys. That's all I'm saying. Grumpy Dude Brian says the thing that still amazes me about expats here, compared to my early experiences starting in 2007, the majority of expats go out of their way to ignore the existence of expats they don't know. Wow. Somebody was just talking to me about that. He said, man, it might have been Angelo. It said that they just walk past them like they don't even exist. Well, I talked about that a long time ago on my channel. So there's a video called The Other Guys that I made about 3 years ago. And where I'm talking about that, Grumpy Dude Brian, and how I ran into that when I first started coming over here. Okay, I didn't just up and, design my channel the way that I did. I did it with the point of trying to meet people. It was crickets over here for me for years because you would walk right past an expat, he wouldn't say anything to you. It's like he wants to be the special expat or something. Like, come on, man. Hell, we're 8,000 miles from home. Can't you at least say, hey, what's up? Hey, Happy Man 6920 says, hello, everyone. There's an actual video on YouTube that shows the incident. I saw it today. In my opinion, the foreigner should have left, went home. He went to the car looking for beef. Well, see, here's the thing, though. He got kicked in front of that car, Happy Man 6920. Okay, he got kicked in front of that car. And I don't know, because we can't hear what they're saying. He got kicked over there by the car. Then all of a sudden the car backs up. It looks like he's following the car or something. I don't know what that was all about. But we don't know the whole story. And that's the troubling thing. Hey, Southern Purchase, thanks for that super chat. He says, as Americans, we tend to think everything is sweet outside of the country. Like we are invincible. Remember, we are foreigners. It's not our country. And I couldn't have said it better. This is really it right here, We've got to give them the benefit of the doubt, the leeway and everything. You got to learn to walk away instead of being carried away like he was. Sometimes you have to swallow your pride, man, over here. Believe it or not. Because it could escalate, man, real quick. I mean, our logic, our thinking is this, okay? If you in there feeling on my girl's butt, then that's a crime. Let's call the police and get him locked up and deported. File some charges, get him locked up. I don't know if you kill a man for that, which he's not dead, but you know what I'm saying. Hey, what's this? Etienne Brazil Senior, thanks for that super chat. He said the American expats that hate other Americans overseas are no rucks, nomadic Uncle Ruckus. I talk about these type of expats in my book, Passport Bros. We all we got, period. Yeah, we take each other for granted over here until there's no expats around. Ask some of these guys who don't have anybody to talk to wherever they are. Okay, when you first come over here, you on that honeymoon period, everything's everything. But after about 4 or 5 months, when all you're really getting is, did you eat yet? Did you take a bath yet? That's the extent of your conversation. But I'm just talking about just common courtesy. We won't even do that. Hey, kids, he said, good morning, Mr. Cal. Have a great morning. I'm sitting watching the sunshine, excellent weather. Where are you? Kaz said Filipinos on Facebook tried to fox. What's that mean? He said, nope, I disagree. Look again, my friend. Well, like I said, the CCTV happening, man, is confusing. You're going to see a whole lot of stuff. You're going to get a whole lot of stuff from that. I'm telling you the one I saw. It starts out, they're just standing there. One guy's got his arm around the foreigner. Okay, nothing's going on. Some women are over here, which would be to his right. Okay. Next thing you know, here comes a blue car in the screen. The minute you see the blue car in the screen, here comes the guy, kicks the man in the back. Okay. I don't know what that's all about. But that's what I saw. He kicked him out in front of that car because the car pulled right up on the foreigner. The foreigner wasn't even paying the car any attention. He didn't know who was in that car. It was when that guy kicked him out in front of the car. He kind of went around him. I mean, but you're going to see a whole lot in that CCTV. It's very confusing. Like, why in the world is this guy hanging around if he was in a commotion? Hey, David S., thanks for that super chat. He said, Calvin, salutations from Houston, Texas. My regards. Thank you, man. It's Jeffrey Tanjay's there. Elect is in Houston. A lot of people out there in Texas. Don Ridgeway, my homeboy, I think he's in Fort Worth. W Secrets to Success. He says, I'm in the Philippines. Wow. Was the foreigner drunk? We don't know. That's what they're saying. Let's let him tell his side of the story, Frank. They said he was drunk. Okay. And I don't have any reason not to believe anybody, but I'm saying we're only getting one side of the story. It's just the way that people are seeing it. You're seeing it differently than they're seeing it. They're seeing it like, okay, you foreigners, it's the message to y'all. When you come over here and disrespect Filipinos. They're saying that that's the message that he sent that man. Okay, which is the message I've been given the whole time, but I don't have to shoot anybody to give it. They think that we underestimate Filipinos, right? And that we don't respect the law over here. That's just not true, but they have a tendency to put all foreigners in the same basket, man. And I was telling people like, look, man, you can't blame every foreigner for what this one man did. But some people are using that as a rallying cry. So be careful if you're over here now or if you're coming over here. You don't want to be the spark, the camel. The straw that breaks the camel's back. Is that what they say? Maybe that's what that was with him. Remember, saving face is big over here. If you embarrass somebody, which that's what they're saying he did, by touching on the girl and everything like that, and it looks to me like maybe she called him, he has to come running, to save face. It's the big bad foreigner too. I got to shoot him. I got to get my point across. Happy Man 6920 says we must be looking at different videos. I may be wrong because nobody got kicked in this video. Well, see, you're seeing the different part of it then. This man got kicked in his back out of nowhere. He didn't see it coming. That's what I'm trying to tell you. A whole lot's going on that CCTV. The video just posted 18 hours ago. Someone else commented on this. Yeah, but you got to understand the actual CCTV that they got on the news is what I'm talking about. Where the foreigner, he doesn't even look drunk. Yeah, let's use that word some. You're right. Yeah, Casman says, I just seen the video and the guy got kicked in the back. We did. I mean, it's true. Um, but I'm saying it shouldn't take that incident for us to kind of understand where we stand over here. We're still guests, man. We're still visitors. No matter how long you've been here, no matter how much you're giving back. And I think people forget that. You're in the Philippines, you're not wherever you're from. So you always got to give them the leeway. If two people come in on the sidewalk, man, get over, let him have the sidewalk. The way I look at it. Learn to walk away, man, rather than being carried away. The Philippines has been safe for me. But that's why I say it. It just came to me one day and said, you need to quit telling people the Philippines is safe. You need to say it's safe for you. It is safe for me. I've never had any problems over here. Not one problem. But if you go into the video I made about the shooting, Filipinos are in there commenting. And they're upset. It's like, that has nothing to do with my video. Okay, I'm actually saying to us, to, keep a low profile, act like we got some sense, but they taking it a whole different direction. Hey, Smiley, thanks for that super chat. He says, I've been saying that all along. Not all Filipinos are nice and welcoming us here, especially when they see you with nice young women they wish they could have. That's my experience here. And you're exactly right. It's just like anywhere else, though. For the most part, you are welcome here. Because if you wasn't, we wouldn't be here. But there are people here who have a chip on their shoulder for whatever reason, who are, who have that grudge. And if you give them an excuse, they're going to, they're going to use that grudge to do something stupid. Hey, booby. So don't give them the excuse. She went to the store. She'll be back. It says it only takes one to ignite the fire. Remember, this is in any country. And, I hope I'm seeing too much into it. But normally, when foreigners get shot over here and stuff, it's gone, man. Even killed. One day it's gone. This is hanging around, guys. And it's because of the disrespect narrative that they're putting in there. That's what got people angry. Hell, he deserves to get shot. That shows you foreigners don't come over here and disrespect us in our country. And, it's like, wow, man, people are saying things that they've been holding back for years. Now they got a reason to say it. That's all I'm saying. Be careful over here when you should be able to see that stuff coming from a mile away. I don't know the situation. I don't know the story. We're just talking about the story as if we were there. All we know is what's on that CCTV and the story of the shooter and some of his witnesses. Okay, but of course he's not going to incriminate himself. Hey, Mark, what's this? Mark Daddy? Say, Cal, you're cool. I have a brother named Calvin. I've been watching your videos about 2 hours. Hey, thanks, man, for your support. He said, great work, Shane. Yeah, that's why we need more real life channels to kind of tell you what life is really like over here and, what to do, what not to do, what to look out for. Okay. Because I told the guy I was talking to, the Filipino man I talked to, I said, well, respect goes both ways. I said, I'm from America. I can't speak for any other country. There's millions of Filipinos in America who have the same rights, protections, and privileges that I do. Okay, so we respect them, So when I come to the Philippines, I deserve to have that same respect, which I get, But you got to realize underneath that surface, man, people are frustrated over here for a lot of reasons. We have nothing to do with it. But you could be the straw that breaks the camel's back. Okay, you could be the excuse for them to vent that frustration out and do something stupid. So don't do it. I mean, if a guy cheats you out $100, 100 pesos, let him have it. Keep going. Kamal says 3 sides: his story, their story, and the truth. They don't care if you're from Cabrini Green. Avoid giving them a reason to utilize that excuse. That's all I'm saying. But we, as foreigners, here's one thing that I have seen us do. We walk around here like we're 10 foot tall, like we own this place. We don't walk around here like we're visitors, man. We go in clubs and try to take it over. You talk to these waitresses like they, don't have heads and stuff like that. I've seen it myself. It's cringy stuff that we do. Not all of us, but it doesn't take all of us. They're going to judge you on what some other foreigner did. That's all I'm saying. He says, I'm not saying it will, but it could start more incidents. And you're right, there needs to be an extra community, Cal. Well, that's what I said. I hope I'm wrong. I'm saying this could be, I'm saying I'm going to watch it because I don't like where it's going, where they're taking this story. I don't like it. It could be trouble for foreigners over here, man. They need to let that go, man. File a case or whatever it is, deport the man, whatever it is, but they're kind of making this guy out to be a hero, man. They're behind him. They're backing him. I'm telling y'all guys, when you put that disrespect out there, it's going to win you a lot of support. How dare we come over here and disrespect them? I can feel that, but that's not always the case, man. What's up, Alex? He said one bad apple can't spoil a whole bunch. Yeah, over here. Remember, they think we're all rich, so they think we're all disrespectful when we're not. I just want y'all to know that this story is hanging around. And that's why it's hanging around. Because he's hit on something that's lit the fuse to a lot of people over here. They're fired up about it. Foreigners need to be put in their place. Maybe they're right. They know more about it than me. They've been here their whole lives. Maybe, that's what they're seeing. Like, yeah, he finally put one of them suckers in their place. I don't know. But it would be interesting to hear the man's side of the story. But you can guarantee you're not going to hear it. Okay? He says, I'm surprised that this doesn't happen more often. Just saying. Well, I guess you could be right. It probably does. But as I said before, but the disrespect doesn't come into play. All you got to do is say, what do I say to people all the time? And everybody else, not just me. Respect the people, respect the culture over here. Okay, they expect for you to do that. So if you do something that they can misinterpret as disrespecting them, okay, there you are. You don't have a leg to stand on now. But this isn't now Philippines Paradise said that's a foreigner's fault. He shouldn't open up the Philippine guy's car door. My life is being threatened then. Well, did you see him open the door? Or did you see him go over there? I don't know what he was doing, to be honest with you. I know he was kicked in the back. Did you miss that? The man was kicked in the back. Go back and watch that CCTV. He was kicked in the back. He was kicked around that car. The car started backing up. Now, he did start following the car. Why, I don't know. Maybe he was drunk. But he was walking pretty straight. And we don't know. That CCTV is very confusing. I wouldn't try to judge anything by that. You know. But the point is, don't do nothing stupid over here, man. Take somebody with you if you go into the club. I mean, really. The global vagabond said, in Africa, I was called the white boy. I'm a light-skinned black male. If you're in another country, your only friend is the U.S. Embassy, thinking that the locals will accept you as a fairy tale. Yeah, you know, like I said, this is their country, and wherever you are, if you're in Thailand, you always got to give the locals the benefit of the doubt. You always got to give them the leeway, man. You know, you can't win an argument over here, guys. I tell y'all that all the time. But we're bringing the matrix with us. It's a part of you. Just because you physically leave the matrix doesn't mean you left that matrix behind. It takes years and years and years for you to get that out of your system. We're bringing it with us. So who does he think he is? We're standing up to people over here. We can't carry weapons. We don't know who's who. We can't understand the language. What are they saying back there? Are they calling the police? Are they calling more people to come and kick my ass? What are they doing? We don't know. It's best to stay away from there. And then people are like, because they say, oh, some guy was in there. He's lives in Bacall. Oh, I go to the club 3 or 4 times a month. Okay, well, the one time you go might be the wrong time. Okay? Whenever alcohol is involved, man, and then you got a communication problem, you know, you just, you know, the odds eventually are going to catch up with you. It ain't that much fucking partying in the world where I'm going to put my life on the line for it. Hey, what time is Travis? Like you say, shut the fuck up and man your business, keep it moving. Yeah. I mean, if he was in the wrong, then hey, you know, when you put yourself in the wrong, then you got to pay the consequences. And you're going to pay them over here. How many times I tell y'all that? But we walk over here like we 10 foot tall, like we bulletproof. And the guy says he wonder why it doesn't happen more often. Because they haven't run into the right people. Most Filipinos over here, they ignore you like that. They, you know, you're welcome. You know, they're hospitable, but it's just like my brother, okay? My brother got killed by a young guy in the club. My brother did those shenanigans his whole life. But guess what? It finally caught up with him that night. He ran into the wrong person and did that too. The guy's like, I'm not arguing with you. You done went too far. You done said too much. And he went home and got a pistol, came back and shot my brother. It's maybe the same way that happened to this guy. He messed with the wrong people. You don't know who the right people is and who the wrong people are, guys. How many times you heard me say that? You don't know the bad guys from the good guys over here. But we still want to be tough over here, you know. But I'm saying if you hanging around with another foreigner, more than likely, you can talk. You can understand the sarcasm and everything. You can probably, you know, kill an argument before it reaches that point. But if it's already at a boiling point with foreigners, it's already at a boiling point with some people. They're going to teach you a lesson. Okay? This is all I'm saying. And we have to be careful, guys. And you know, you got people over here that's going to make excuses for the other side, thinking they're going to get some brownie points or something. Hey, Mopar, thanks for that super chat. He says, wait, I booked a month suite with balcony and in-room dining. We would get out in the daytime, but hold on, let me see. I'm sorry, I can't read that. Okay, hold on. Okay, here. He said, we'll get out in the daytime, but I already told her we aren't going out anywhere after dark. That's why I'm paying extra for a nice, secure place. And see, that's smart. But we think because we're at home and the club's down the street, oh, I'm going to the club. I didn't come all the way over and not go to the club. And that's okay, man. But just know that you're not at home. And once people get what you drink doesn't make somebody else drunk. Okay? They may already be drunk. And, you know, and people are going to say, no matter where you are, people are going to say things that they never would say sober when they're drunk. They're going to do things. Why you think you get courage? And now the woman you're afraid to talk to at school or at work, now you see in the club, you have drunk, you have cocked. Now you're going to say something to her. It's the same thing. But all it takes is one. It doesn't take all Filipinos. If you're walking around like you 10 foot tall, eventually you're going to run into the wrong person. Okay, they're just waiting for an excuse to do something stupid and use excuse. Hey, Etienne Brazil Sr. said, Mr. Calvin, there's very important content. This is very important content for expats. I've been in Colombia for 3 years, and unlike the Philippines, they unalive many foreigners all the time. Stay safe and respect the locals. Yeah, man. I mean, I can't stress that part. But we bring the matrix with us, man. We think, oh, and left the matrix behind. No, it takes a while. It's in your bloodstream. It's going to take you years. You got to be outside of all that thinking for years. He says, Dolan May says, if I'm going to the club at night, it's with a crew, 95% Filipinos. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, you know, maybe because I'm old, I'm 60. I haven't been to a club in probably, let's see, 25 years, almost 26 years. And it was only to get drunk, really. You know, get drunk, and that's it, really. And, you know, hang out with some people. Elect, is it her birthday? Happy birthday, Elect. Payday One said to leave badass at home. Yeah, man. He said maybe some people are more sensitive than others. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. You don't know which ones are and which ones aren't. So just treat everybody the same, really. This is one piece of advice I give people. Yeah, that's a piece of advice. That's not a suggestion. I treat everybody the same over here because I don't know the good guys from the bad guys. I don't know the sensitive people and the people who aren't sensitive, Philippine dreams. I don't know the congressman from the pedicab driver. So I give them all the same respect. This is what the piece of advice I give people. I speak to everybody on the street. Okay? I can't afford to walk past anybody because I'm going to walk past the wrong person. Okay? But we're talking all of this and we know all of this, but yet as foreigners, we still can't get along over here. You got people bringing this stupid shit all the way over here. Racism, hate, and all of that. Jealousy. And like, dude, you don't realize that they don't see you any different than they see me at the end of the day. The enemy of my enemy is the enemy of my enemy is my friend, sort of thing. But you're thinking you're special. That if you throw me under the bus, it's going to earn you some brownie points. It's not. They're going to say, there's plenty of room under that damn bus. Throw his ass under there too. But we can't even get along. My worst enemies in the Philippines are foreigners. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. People will come all the way 8,000 miles not to speak to you. Okay? It doesn't make sense to me. I'm telling you right now, if you don't hear anything else on this live stream, if your ass is on fire, it's going to be one of us that's going to put it out. Okay? So if you ever get any inkling, if you ever get that twisted, you better untwist it now. Okay? He said, yeah, there's plenty of room under the bus, man, the way they see it. But we think, I'm going to tell you, because, you know, the Philippines is different. And because I'm going to tell you why it's different, because we get so wrapped up in these women, man. These women control us. Okay? They will make you do something to your own mammy. Okay? That's how crazy some of these guys are. These women got them on remote control. So I can't talk about Colombia, Brazil, and all that. I'm talking about the Philippines and how these women have these men henpecked, pussy whipped, under control. Don't let me start naming names, you know, because it's a lot of us over here. And we'll throw each other under the bus for her honor. You a damn fool. Hey, W Secrets of Success, thanks for that super chat. He said, my 2 cents. Understand society. Wait. Okay, here it is. Understand society rules of engagement and pay attention to details will save your life. White gloves traveler here. That's right. You're 100% right. But here's the problem. For some reason, we have a lobotomy on the damn plane on the way to the Philippines. We lose our damn minds. We throw common sense out the window. And people are walking around here like robots, really. They have no common sense, you know, been successful in everything they've done at home. But they come over here, they become damn fools. They're not paying attention to anything. Or remember, the Chads, the Thads, and the Brads, they bigger than the rules anyway. Every Filipino woman wants me. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm the best foreigner over here. Step back, let me, you know, give me some room. See, they're over here too. You know, and if I didn't know any better, like I said, I want to hear this man's story. And he was walking around like a Chad, built up and everything like that. Like his shit don't stink. You know, but I'm taking his side till I get the full side of the story, because it's not making sense to me. You don't kill a man for that. A scared man with a gun is probably the most dangerous person on the planet. And my mother told me that years ago, because I got a friend, his name is Broad. So I tell you, when he was in junior high school, a guy used to bully him all the time. The guy's name was Pinky, a big guy. And they shooting dice one day, and Broad is winning, but he snatches all the money, you know, and starts, you know, bullying Broad. Broad pulled out the 22 and emptied it inside of him and killed him. They were 16 at that time. Because Broad was scared of him. Broad was scared to death of him. So that's what you don't want. You don't want, that's why bullies eventually run into the wrong person. But a scared man is dangerous. Okay. Hey, Abib, he said the rapper is being interviewed since the shooting. In fact, I think it is live right now. But guys, don't leave Calvin's live stream. Check it out later. See, that's what I'm telling y'all. Y'all think I'm yapping on here. This thing is hanging around. And because, you know, he's known. He's like, Maryland said he's known for YouTube more than his music. Normally, listen to me. When a foreigner gets shot, even killed, locked up, deported, whatever, it makes the news and that's it. The story don't hang around. This story is hanging around. And it has me worried. It has me worried because they put that disrespect on there. It's got people riled up. They're angry, man. Don't you be the next victim. Because some guy says, oh, what he did doesn't equate to safety. Yes, it does. Crime and violence equate to safety. He was a victim of violence. It doesn't matter if it's his fault or not. You catch a damn 45 slug up in this area. They said around his shoulders is what they said. But I'm just saying, why can't we just get along over here? Southern Purchase, thanks for that super chat. He said, what percentage of expats in the Philippines act bad toward other expats, in your opinion? I don't know. I'm going to say, it only takes one, but I'm saying the fact that I've got expats over here who don't like me for no reason. They don't even know me. So it doesn't take but one, really. It doesn't make sense because I hope they never get in any trouble or encounter any problems because it's going to be another expat more than likely that's going to help them or steer them in the right direction. It's a small percentage, but like I said, all it takes is one, the wrong one at the wrong time to fuck up your vacation or your retirement. We shouldn't have that. I don't know if it happens anywhere. I'm pretty sure it happens in Thailand too. Wherever these women are like that, men act stupid. But over here, it's a different story, man. Women have these men on remote control over here. I've never seen anything like it, okay, in my whole entire life. All right? I'm just being honest. Let's see. Thanks for that super chat. Let's see. Sorry. Bill Smith, he said, don't forget the other females in your girls' clique that get mouthy with her that are jealous. That's where most my trouble has come, even family. Yeah, you don't know. People are frustrated over here for a lot of reasons. People are frustrated around the world for that matter. But since we're in the Philippines, let's keep it on that. The reasons you don't have anything to do with, you're not responsible for. You may be the excuse. Don't give them excuse to vent that frustration and do something stupid because they will. Okay? Something can escalate. Man, when a foreigner's involved, it escalates real quick over here. I don't know why that is, but it does. If you're in a car accident, it's going to escalate. The creepy guy I told you to stay in my guest house, he came over here. He's on a little bitty scooter, and he said the guy pulled over and hit him and knocked him down, but put a little scratch on his new truck. Well, they sat there for 8 hours. He said the guy wouldn't even talk to him. Huh? Get out of here and eat. Chew your food, booby. Sit down. He said the guy wouldn't even talk to him for 8 hours. It escalated real quick. And they sat there for 8 hours so everything was taken care of. And he paid the guy 25, ended up having to pay the guy 25,000. Okay. This isn't Filipinos against foreigners. We're saying know where you are, guys, at all times. Remember? Who's ever heard me say that? Don't forget where you are. You're not at home. Yeah. But was it? We're speaking as if we know the whole story. That's why I won't talk on it. That's why I never look at my video I made yesterday when I said people was telling me the man died. I said, well, I'm not going to report that. I can't find it. But I did find an article yesterday in the Cebu Daily News that he's still alive. They said he's confined in a hospital, local hospital in Cebu. And even if you get his story, of course, what do you think? He's going to say he was in the wrong. The thing is to avoid that stuff. That's easy to avoid. That's very easy to avoid trouble over here. Anywhere, really. He says, I've spoken to many expats in the Philippines. I guess some get to know you before they show their colors. I don't think I should have enemies over here is what I'm trying to say. I mean, you don't have to hang out with me. You don't even have to like me. But damn, don't throw me under the bus over here. Okay? Don't try to turn the Filipino people against me thinking that it's going to make you look better. They're going to raise you into a higher esteem or something. It's not. Okay? It don't work like that over here. All you're going to do is cause trouble for me. That's it. Hood Jay said, dude kicked that man in the back. He's wrong to shoot that man. Could have just fought the man. Foreigner forgot he's in the Philippines. Well, see, this is exactly what I'm talking about. See, this is the Matrix talking. This is our logic. Remember, you're in the Philippines. They don't, handle situations the way we do over there. He may have crossed the line, because people say, well, respect the culture. We don't know the culture. We don't know what it means to disrespect somebody over here. Okay, you may think just arguing, raising your voice could get you shot over here where it wouldn't over there. See, normally, that's what you would think. Like, well, man, he shot him for that. But remember, you don't know if the guy was scared. Was he on drugs? What was it? Because the foreigner was big. And, the minute that door came open, man, he shot him. We couldn't see anything. You couldn't see if the foreigner's trying to hit him but the minute that door came open, boom, he fell down. So you can't learn a whole lot about that. I'm just saying that they keep on interviewing this guy. It's a big deal over here now. Okay, that normally doesn't happen. That's not typical over here, is what I'm trying to tell you guys. Normally that story's gone. Okay, remember the black guy that they found dead in his apartment? I couldn't find anything else about that story. I just so happened to run up on it. And then I was like, okay, well, let me see if I can find something else. Did they find out whether it was a crime or gone? It's gone. It was gone. Okay, it doesn't typically work that way. This one does because, number one, he's known. People know him as a rapper and, YouTuber. And then a foreigner's involved and disrespect has been thrown out there. So now he's fighting for the girl's honor. They're backing him. He's like a hero. Like, okay, you come over here and you disrespect Filipino women. This is what we're going to do to you. So a lot of people, whether that's the real story or not, a lot of people can relate to that. So that's why they're getting behind him. Like, yeah, I feel the same way. These foreigners come over here. They think they run the country. They underestimate us. They don't respect our laws and everything like that, which I don't know. It's not me, but I'm going to be, I'm going to be blamed for it. They're going to throw everybody under that damn bus. Okay. He says, I think it's unfair that Filipinos can come to the United States, Canada, UK, and upon becoming a resident is afforded all the protection and rights of that host country. Well, that's the point I made to the guy I was talking to today. I said, respect goes both ways. I said, I'm in America. There's like 6 million Filipinos or something over there. More Filipinos in America than anywhere else. We give them the same rights, protection, and privileges as an American citizen. There's no disrespect or anything like that. But that's the way I look at it. I can't come over and think that they're going to look at it the same way. The history is different. Their circumstances is different. Their experience is different. But it's something that I've known ever since I've been coming here. Well, not ever since, but for a long time, that underneath the surface of all that sweetness and warm and welcoming hospitality, they'll cut you in half and keep on with their life like it never happened, guys, because you can't come over here and disrespect them. You don't know what they're thinking, what their attitude is, what their perspective is. He said, well, if the shooting happened to me and I survived, I would head back to the States, Thailand or somewhere else. I would be so insecure being there, not knowing people, actual family. Let me stop and say this, guys. It doesn't happen. This isn't typical. People getting shot and everything like that. Okay. What else is not typical is the story hanging around. The Philippines is safe for me. You're not gonna pick up the paper and just see that every day that a foreigner is getting shot and it makes the news and it stays in the news. Okay. I don't want to put that out there. That's just not true. Do foreigners get in trouble? Yeah, because we're stupid. We do a lot of stupid things that we do anywhere else that anybody else does. When you mix drugs and alcohol and jealousy and all that stuff, when it comes into play, anything can happen. But I don't want you to think that if you come to the Philippines, the minute you get off the plane, somebody's going to shoot you. That hasn't been my experience. Okay? I'm saying that as foreigners, we should get along better. That should be an unspoken agreement. That no matter what's going on over here, I'm going to look after you, man. You look after me. Because nobody else is going to do it. My worst enemy over here should not be a foreigner. Okay? And, people are talking about, um, some people are more sensitive than others. And because we don't know who's who. You're in a foreign land. You don't understand the language. You're at a grave disadvantage. Why wouldn't you keep a low profile? Why wouldn't you watch where you're going and whose feet you're stepping on and all that? Wouldn't that be common sense? But for some reason, we chop off our conscious part of our mind while we're on the plane. We volunteer for a lobotomy. Give me a lobotomy, throw the common sense out there. Come over here and get on remote control. These women are running us over here worse than anywhere else in the world. Okay, I argue with anybody about that. Some guys over here should be ashamed of themselves to allow a young woman to treat them the way that we're being treated. Okay, you should be ashamed. You got kids at home, you got grandkids, and you a damn fool. You basically laid down and let these women walk over top of you. Okay, thinking that that's going to gain you some brownie points. It's not. If push comes to shove, it's the Philippines and her fellow man. It's not you. He said, these expats not going to mess up my visa because I got to put my foot to them. Lately, Austin Holloman calls himself the only friend we've got. And Cal's earned that title long beforehand. I'm trying to help people, man. I'm in one spot. I think what he's doing is good. He's showing what your passport can get you. I'm too old and I can't afford to travel around like that. Let me be honest. Okay, I can't afford to do it. He said, if your happiness in life is centered around a woman, you're not happy. Well, that's what it is. I don't know the type of guys that show up and, um, all you got to do is look at the content. It should be more content. It should be deeper content, more realistic content. I get it though. Some people don't give a damn. Look, I'm just trying to get views to put money in my pocket so I can stay in the Philippines or wherever I am. But damn, can't you just take one for the team and just talk about real life as it is over here? There's always got to be centered around women and relationships and all that stuff. Can't you just tell me, hey man, like that guy said, some people over here are sensitive. Can't you just tell me that so I know what to do and what not to do? We won't do that for each other. The videos that we're making, they're not for foreigners, really. He said apparently it pays to have an accident with a foreigner. Well, this is what, okay, he said, when Filipinos see foreigners and expats, all they see is money. I remember, y'all remember Roger and Ishmi, right? They came to Boobies when I first met him, really talked to him. And he's the only Filipino man I ever asked. I said, what do you think when you see an older foreign man and a younger Filipino? And he said, I just see it as money. He said, I know it's all about money. He says he doesn't really take it, take offense to it. He did say sometimes he thinks, well, why don't you want me? I'm already over here. But he said that. He said, because, I know it's all about money. Robert Dame says, am I wrong to think this is a younger foreigner problem? Us older guys have a different program response. Well, we don't know how old the guy was. Did they say? The guy that got killed in Cebu, Robert, he was 72. He was older than you. I don't know if it has an age. You have to understand, it has nothing to do with age. If you're a foreigner, guys, they put us in one basket. You're a foreigner. That's what they call you. We don't call Japanese foreigners in America. We call them Japanese or Asians. Chinese the same way. Whatever it is, Colombians. We don't call them foreigners. Over here, you're a foreigner. So he's like, okay, a foreigner, what's that mean? Where's he from? UK, Australia, where? Is he black, white? What is he? You're just a foreigner, guys. It's a big difference. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, he said people don't know the difference between frustrated murder and homicide. Yeah, they thought he was killed because they saw that murder. Frustrated murder is just like attempted murder would be in America. His intent was to kill, but the victim didn't die because of fast medical work or whatever it was, but his intent was to kill, so that's why they called it frustrated murder. But the victim didn't die. DJ Lloyd Buck says, I know them expat killings by locals are ramping up in the Philippines. That's sad, bro, real sad. Well, when is it ramping up? I haven't heard of one in a while. They'll make front page, DJ Lloyd Buck. It's not really typical. Okay. That happens. But when it does happen, it makes the front page and then it goes away. This shooting is not going away. It's become bigger than an isolated incident because, that's what everybody was saying. Oh, this is an isolated incident. This guy was a fool and this, and that. I'm like, guys, y'all jumping the gun. This thing is hanging around. Okay. There's something, it's deeper than that. I mean, it went from 0 to 100 real quick. Yeah, it doesn't mean the guy died. He said some older guys may have a different response, but not all. Shout out to Mark Thornton. Yeah, it has nothing to do with age, guys. You're all a foreigner over here. And you go to America, they're going to call you whatever you are if they know. And if they don't know, then yeah, you're an Asian, Latino. He's a Cuban. We don't call people foreigners. Okay, he was 37. Yeah, thanks. But it don't matter, though. He could have been 57. It doesn't matter. All they see is a foreigner because that's what they're doing online. They're behind this guy. So that's what these foreigners, that's what they get. This is the message. The Filipino man told me. He said we're sending a message to foreigners. If you disrespect us, this is what's going to happen to you. That's what he said out of his mouth. I didn't say it. Okay, he didn't say a 37-year-old foreigner, a 57-year-old. He said a foreigner. He said, if you come over here and you disrespect us, that's the message. We're going to shoot you. But they don't have to tell me that. I've been trying to tell y'all that for years since I've been on here. They don't handle situations the same over here. That's probably the reason why a lot of my haters are Americans, because they know, oh, I can deal with him. They would never do the things to a Filipino that they do to me, because they know it would put their life in jeopardy. It wouldn't, it could, it would. They probably wouldn't even be here right now. They know who to mess with. Hey, Happy Man 6920 said, Philippines usually fight each other over land politics. I'm still coming. Last vehicle to sell. It's just not typical. You know, he said the killings of foreigners have been ramping up. I haven't seen it. I'm over here, man. You know, I'm looking for that kind of stuff. It's not true. Okay. I'm thinking, and I hope I'm wrong, this could be a spark, man. They're using this as a rally cry, man. This guy, you know, he threw out the disrespect out there. He put that in the narrative, and that's got people riled up. That's got them hot. They're angry, like, yeah, he deserved that. We don't even know the whole story. But if I was gonna advise somebody, suggest to somebody, if they asked me, hey, man, do you think I'll be okay if I come to the Philippines? Absolutely. You know, you stay in your lane and nobody's going to bother you. You get out of your lane, then it's confusing. You don't know who's who over here, guys. You cannot understand the language. They're speaking 3 and 4 different languages over here. Yeah, it could be for some people. Okay? It could be for some people. You might be the straw that breaks the camel's back. So just leave people alone, man. Your own business. You know, don't get drunk and go into these places, man, where you liable to, you know, do something stupid. Yeah. See, if that was him, he said, if I were the foreigner, that's what somebody else just said. But honestly, I don't think, Andy, that they even know who this guy is. If he was to get out of the hospital and go to another island, they wouldn't even know who he was. But if he hangs around in Cebu and got the bandages, he walking around like a wounded soldier telling war stories about his side of the story, yeah, it could be trouble. But honestly, if he got out of that hospital bed, put on different clothes, and went somewhere else, they wouldn't know him from the man in the moon. Tito Cha said, Cal, don't be surprised this story makes its way to American vloggers, stirring the pot even more like the Passport Bro story did. Yeah, I hope that doesn't happen. I want this thing to go away, man, but it won't go away. You know, I want it to go away. I don't want it to turn into something, you know, worse. You know, I'm just saying, guys, just be careful out there, man. He said, I've said it before, W Secrets to Success. If you are in bed with a woman in your own country, he says, if you are bad with women in your own country, you're bad with them everywhere. The same goes for your conduct, too. Yeah, but I'm going to be honest with you, man. I've been around the world, a member of the United States Navy, and I've traveled on my own. I'm 60 years old. I've just never seen men act the way they act over here. It's pitiful, man. I'm embarrassed for a lot of us, man. You know, I don't care who you deal with. I'm not a dick watcher. I'm not dick police. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the way you're being treated over here, and you know, it's bad, man. You know, you guys are laid down. Y'all, this is a symptom over here. This is the land of simps. There's no other simps. There's no other place on the planet with more simps than this over here. I mean, it's really bad, man. And that just adds to the problem, because they're going to throw you under the bus, man, over here for the honor of one of them women. He says the video has been edited to fool the public. Some factual events were removed. The investigation will be bullshit and the suspect will be released. I don't know about that. You know, I know what I saw was the guy got kicked in the back first. He's just standing up there. Okay, when the video comes on, they're just standing up there having a conversation like they're friends. Okay, nothing's going on. One guy actually has his arm around his shoulder. Then a car comes into the screen. Well, the minute the car starts coming in the screen, here comes a guy, kicks him in the back. You know, I mean, almost kicked him down. He kicked him hard. So he stumbles around by the car. Then that's when it got crazy. Well, no, it's not. It's not. You know, anybody could write this narrative. DJ Lloyd Buck, he said, Philippines is the 11th most dangerous country in the world for tourists, according to the 2017 Travel and Tourism Competitiveness Report by the World Economic Forum. Yeah, but everybody, my brothers got killed in America. They didn't get killed over here. You know, you could take those numbers and spin them any way you want. Okay, to say the Philippines is more dangerous than America, man, that's a big jump you're making. Okay, it's people, and this is facts. It's people who escaped civil wars in their home country to make it to America and get killed. Okay, but those numbers mean anything. I mean, they do mean something, but they're relevant to the individual. Okay, remember, we have no answer for being in the wrong place at the wrong time. There's no answer for that. But I take my chances over here as a black man. I take my chances over here in the Philippines way more than in any Western country, certainly America. Because I don't have to worry about my own kind killing me over there, number one. You know, the man, remember, the triangle of death is real over there for me. I don't know about anybody else. The thugs in my neighborhood, the police, and stress. That's my triangle of death. That's all I'm saying. It just, you know, is this pent up anger? I don't know. I hope it's just an isolated incident that goes away and we can get on back to business. But it doesn't seem to be the case with this case, guys. I don't know what's going on. It's really, you know, it's opened up something with people here. It's really touched the nerve, is what I want to say. Because he said that the foreigner disrespected the Filipino women. And, you know, you don't want to do that over here, but we don't listen. We're 10 foot tall. You know, I can have any woman over here. I won't. He said, what made you choose the Philippines before you left the Matrix? Well, actually, I was going to Mexico. I had settled on in Mexico because I had just come back from Cancun in February of 2009. But I still had two places I hadn't seen. I hadn't seen the Philippines and Perth, Australia. So I came to the Philippines first, and I said, the hell with Mexico. This is where I'm supposed to be. It was just a knowing. It wasn't anything. I mean, from the first time I got off the plane, and the woman's waiting there with it wasn't so much she had the sign with my name on it, but that just started, you know, a series of events that made me say that first trip, this is it. I'm coming. This is where I'm going to retire. That was in 2009. Yeah. Moments with Mitch says maybe this will end up where people will learn and have manners in the long run. I don't know. You know, like I said, we don't even know the whole story yet. We don't even know what happened. Nobody does really, except the people who was there. Issy and Chris says, go find a Filipino migrant in the U.S. and call them a foreigner. See how that goes for you. Then ask, why am I called a foreigner in your home country? The Philippines is one big hypocrisy. Well, remember, guys, this isn't the Philippines against foreigners. The topic is, should foreigners have an unspoken agreement to get along over here? We're talking about the shooting because that's big news now. I mean, unless you've been hiding under a rock somewhere, uh, it's big news and it's just not going anywhere, man. Typically, when something happens to somebody over here, you see it in the news and it's gone. It's not going anywhere with this. He said, do you find many American veterans living in the Philippines? Yeah, but more up in Angeles City, where most of them live, because that's the where you hit the lottery. That's where they go to get recertified and all that. And, the VOA and all that, they've got a big community up there. Subic Bay, Clark, that area. But yeah, there's a lot of veterans here in the Philippines. He says, Johnny S. says many of the Filipinos are stating that the shooter is a hothead and that he shouldn't have shot that man. Yeah, most Filipinos are going to feel that way. But you're not going to know that. Huh? Not yet. Thank you. Okay. I appreciate it. But you don't know which ones do and which ones don't. But for the most part, if I was to advise somebody to come over, I say, yeah, come over here, man. You're not going to have any problems. But, I'm going to quit even saying that because I don't know guys, man. I don't know guys. I don't know what you're going to do. Imagine if I would have told him, yeah, come on over here. You're going to be okay. And now he's not. But for the most part, it's safe over here for me. Q Dub says, what you didn't see in the video is that the guy got hit. What do you mean? He got hit. I know he got kicked from the back. It wasn't going to end well for him anyway. Whatever he did, was perceived to have done, it pissed some people off. But I just found it strange that guy kicked him in the back when he saw the car coming. I don't know what that was all about. Why didn't he kick him earlier? But what are you talking about is that the guy got hit. How'd he get hit? He says it's simple. No matter where you are, stay in your lane, and respect goes both ways. Be cool, relax, and tone it down. Leave the bias, anger, and division behind you. Yeah, that's good information. He said America's 129 on the list, on the safety list. Yeah, it depends on what list you're looking at and then who you are. The safety is relevant, man. If you hanging around in the hood in different places where you're not supposed to be, you using drugs, drinking, you dealing with a married woman or a married man or whatever it is, the risk increase. You staying out late at night. There's things you can do, man, other than being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Go B. Franklin says, totally agree. A woman I wanted to date asked for $3,000 a day because some simp gave her that before without her asking. Ruined her. I said, no thanks. Okay, you're exactly right. We're trying to one-up each other over here. Like, who can be the biggest fool? I mean, really. Guys are bragging about what they're doing. And when you see these guys building these big, gigantic houses and stuff, that's what they're doing. I mean, I don't see it as no reason to build those type of houses over here like that. I can't tell you what to do with your money, but Somebody make that make sense to me to come over here and spend all that money on a house when you don't have to. For a woman who, is coming from the province or squatters area, and now you all of a sudden you put in a 10 million, 19 million, I've seen, 220 million. Okay, remember, a house and a lot is not enough anymore for the women we deal with. We're dealing with a different type of Filipino. We're not dealing with the typical Filipino. We're dealing with the one who's looking for a come up, who's got the memo. These guys are spending millions of pesos. All you got to do is be yourself. They got that memo, and I see it over here. I mean, crazy. 3,000 a day. Hell, you were getting out pretty easy. Yeah, I'd get out of here too. He said, I just asked my Filipino partner what is the local reaction. She said they are making fun of his lyrics, that he is hot-headed. There's a video of him at a range, looked like he had an itch to shoot. Yeah. Okay. They said bystanders are saying the driver tried to hit him with the car twice. Yeah, I saw something like that, but I'm trying to say, when you see it, he stops right in front of the man. Okay. Then this is when it gets crazy. The man gets kicked. Okay. He goes around, and then now the car backs up. And the guy got out. I don't know if the foreigner didn't have a chance to do anything. The minute that door opened up, whoever opened it, he went down. But I'm saying it just depends. The women are going to say that because they're not going to let him screw up the good thing they got. The women we deal with. The men that I'm talking to over here, guys, the Filipino men, they're behind this guy. A lot of them. They're saying, yeah, you want to underestimate us over here? You want to disrespect our women over here? We got a message for you. Don't miss that part. Of course your woman's going to say that. Is he? And Chris? She don't want to mess up the good thing she's got over here. They got a gold man going. Of course they're going to throw him under the bus, but the guys are saying something different. I had a friend, man, shock me with his response. I'm not going to say his name. I'll keep his identity, protected, but Filipino guy. I'm saying, wow, man, he's really behind this guy. He really thinks that the guy did something good. And I'm like, wow, man, you really shocked me. Isaiah Allen said, Cal, what do you believe has happened in the past few years with interaction between foreigners and the Filipino community to rally behind and defend his narrative on foreigners and disrespect? I don't really know. I think this has happened over a long, long period of time. And remember, I don't know everybody. I have a very small interaction with people over here, honestly. Anybody that says that they know what the Filipinos thinking and all that, he has a very small sample of people. I'm just going by this one guy, really, who I've known for a few years, and his reaction. It kind of shocked me. He said, Calvin, thanks, James Beatty, for the super chat. He said, Calvin, here's something for the collection plate. Keep preaching. Hey, Smiley, thanks for that super chat. He said, from what I'm seeing and hearing, not all locals support his actions. No, they don't. Not all. But I'm saying enough to make you worry, guys. This story should have went away already. It's not like, okay, if you follow the Filipino news stream like I do, okay, you would see what's so atypical about this story. It's still going. Anybody that's over here that reads the news knows that's not typical. Unless it's a real big, gigantic corruption story, somebody super famous, super rich, a celebrity or somebody like that. I was just kind of surprised by his response because I thought, remember, this is our thinking. You know, I still got some matrix thinking. I've only been over here going on 6 years. I haven't been able to get it all the way out of my mainstream. I'm thinking people are going to push back against it. But a lot of people are buying into that he disrespected our women. So no matter what happened after that, okay, they're behind him. They're not listening to whatever happened after that. He disrespected our women, so he needs to pay. And so I'm telling you guys over here who are laying down for these women and stuff like that, okay, if she ever gets wild hair up in her behind and says, oh, he disrespected me, you may have some trouble. Myth Ringo, thanks for that super chat. He said perhaps the plan was to kick the guy in front of the moving car to make it look like an accident, but then plan B happened. It's so much you can see out of that CCTV video. It's confusing to me. And then they only show a little part of it. The part that you do see, and nobody can argue about, is when the man got shot and fell to the ground. The car pulled off, and everybody went in the opposite direction of the victim. You did see that. So we can argue about that all day long. He said, how old is too old to have kids in the Philippines? That's not a question I could answer. That's up to the individual. I mean, I don't know. That'd be between you and your partner. Yeah, we don't know a lot about that story. He said, Garden Girl, welcome to the chat. Yeah, what does she have to say about that? What do you have to say about what happened, Garden Girl? I know you probably going to push back against the man because you got skins in the game. But I still would be interested in knowing what you have to say about that situation. He said the dude got set up. It just looks strange to me. I don't know why he would just be hanging around there waiting to get shot. Basically, when the video I saw, that everybody's seeing, it comes on, he's standing there. It's him and three other guys, and look like two women over here. One guy's got his arm around his shoulder, and they do that for about 10 seconds or something. Okay, and then the car comes in the screen. Then the guy kicks him in the back. Okay. Who? Danger, stranger? Stranger, danger? But it's real confusing. She said, I just got here. I'm just wondering what's going on. Well, we're talking about the shooting that happened in Cebu. Okay, and you see everything that's going on online, on the news, and everything. Everybody knows the situation. Supposedly. Where the Filipino rapper shoots the foreigner, said he disrespected his woman or his women friends, right? We just want to know what your thoughts are on it coming from the Filipino side, because we're foreigners. Ricky W. says, I live here in Moncton. I respect all the locals, and they in turn show me respect. I'm not kissing their ass, just common sense and normality. What's wrong with us today? Yeah, that's all I'm saying. That's all you have to do. You're not going to have any problems in the Philippines unless you're in the wrong place at the wrong time. Other than that, you should be fine if you do that. But we do some things, man. We get involved in some stuff. Getting drunk, which I don't know. They said he was drunk. I don't know. But we get drunk. We go to these local clubs. We get involved with these women, married women, women with boyfriends. It's a whole line of stuff that we do over here that's so stupid that puts you in the sights of somebody. Simply Social says, hey, what am I hearing about you getting into tossing a salad and getting golden showers from no, wrong. Come on, guys. What y'all grow up, man? We were talking about don't bring the Matrix to the Philippines. We're talking about the crazy behavior that you guys do. Y'all bring the Matrix over here like eating booty. Okay? Simply social. That's one thing that they don't do over here, but we're trying to get them to do it. You know, all the other stuff we do. Cisco says, I just want to say that Apple support is a pain in the rear. Been on the phone for this while I'm talking to these fools about my watch. Wow. He says it's open season on Americans for disrespect. Maybe it's closing season for American call centers and American warships in the Philippines. No, it's just not, I don't know. Hopefully this story will disappear. That's the whole point I'm trying to make. Hopefully the story will disappear because it's hanging on, man. And the more it hangs on, the more people are going to start sympathizing. Yeah, that's what you foreigners get. You coming over here, you disrespecting our women, you underestimating us, you don't obey the laws over here. And I'm like, well, who? That's not me, you know. And I just hope that it doesn't happen again. But knowing us, because we can't walk away. You got to learn to walk away or get carried away like he did, you know. He said, I've seen some foreigners that have done some things not so good that deals with respect. Yeah, I see it a lot. And whenever you go to a place where there's a lot of foreigners, you're going to see it. Usually, like in restaurants and places like that. You know, the food isn't the way they thought it should be, or the service. Okay. Maybe the taxi driver or something. You know, we raised our voice, you know, because we don't know the culture over here. Yeah, you know, thankfully that hasn't happened in the Philippines. I don't see that happening anytime soon. Garden Girl says, I had that experience in 2015. Three guys died in Talisay, Cebu. One foreigner killed him in front of the stock room because I was running to hide and I didn't. He followed the hat also. I don't know. One foreigner was killed. What happened? No, really, they love us over here. I'm treated like a celebrity, even before my channel. That's not what this discussion is about. The discussion is about why this shooting has garnered so much attention. Is it because the guy is, you know, he's known in Cebu, you know, he's like a known rapper and blogger. Merlin said he's known more for his YouTube than his music. Is it because of that? Is it because the victim was a foreigner? Or is it because, you know, he threw out that he disrespected our women over here and I wasn't going to have that? Because that's the story he's telling. He said he was disrespecting a woman. I asked him to stop. He wouldn't stop. So I shot him. But the police is like, well, that doesn't line up with what the CCTV says and the witnesses that you were not on the scene. So maybe somebody called him and said, hey, I'm being harassed by a foreigner over here or whatever, whatever. And that's when it comes to saving face, and the way they handle a situation over here is different than the way we handle it. You know, because I don't know, you know, because they get killed for stupid shit in my country, where I grew up at, in my neighborhood where I grew up, not where I live, but where I grew up. They get killed over stupid shit too. The same stuff. You're out there at that club, somebody's fronting, somebody's talking, you know, but usually it may take a slap or something like that to really start the flames. You know, usually something that really embarrasses the guy. Hey, Purple Heart 72, welcome. He said, what island has the biggest group of expats? It would have to be Luzon, simply because Manila, hell, 20% of all the people in the Philippines is in Manila, maybe more in that metro Manila, Angeles City. But remember, we're only talking about Western expats, because remember, they got Eastern expats, Indians, probably more Indians and Chinese. But I would say the visitors, anyway, are South Korea's first. But usually, yeah, then Cebu. He said, like the fool who was made to apologize before he got deported in Thailand. What happened there? Yeah, I'm certainly at home. Okay, last night, because I went to the gym late, I came home, late, 6:30. Okay, that's midnight to me. But these guys are getting younger, okay, that are coming over here, and they see a nightclub and they want to go out to the nightclub. I mean, the minute they get here. And most of the time, nothing's going to happen. But a well-known chef got beat up here in a club in Cebu because his daughter went to the bathroom and some people were hitting on her and what he thought was being disrespectful. Well, hell, they jumped him. Even some of the patrons that didn't have nothing to do with the situation was whooping him. Even the manager helped and jumped in and beat him up. Because we're not at home, man. A lot of that stuff, man, I don't know. John B says, I do my best to get along with all foreigners. That said, many Americans living in the Philippines are whacked out of their skull. They complain about the locals or they wear their U.S. politics on their sleeve. Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. We can be annoying. If we can't get along with ourselves, man, we're not going to be able to get along with anybody else, but it's really easy. The Philippines really does roll out a bright red carpet for you. What happens is some of us don't wipe our feet off before we get on the carpet, or we wipe our feet on the damn carpet. Yeah, he said, let's wait till the victim tells his story. Do you think he's going to tell his story, T. Williams, or do you think that that's going to make a difference? Okay. I mean, are you over here in the Philippines? Do you know how things move over here? Whose side do you think they're going to take? His or the local? I don't care what he said. He could have a video of everything showing the whole thing from the time the commotion started to the time he got shot. It ain't going to mean a whole lot. It's just, the thing is, it's not typical. I just hope it goes away and hope that we can learn a lesson from it. Every woman over here, you don't have, every woman over here doesn't want you. First of all, I told you that a long time ago. Okay, most women over here want Filipino men. It's like anywhere else you go. If you're in Brazil, they want a Brazilian man. They've reserved a certain amount of women for us. They're on the dating site. They say, look, if you want a woman, go on a dating site and meet her. And if you happen to meet her off of the dating site, she's got a dating profile. That's how they expect you to meet the women over here, because you don't know which ones date foreigners and which one doesn't. You don't know if you're disrespecting her by coming up to her, trying to talk to her or not. Okay? But he said, what exactly was the disrespect? The guy supposedly was filling on the buttocks of these women in the club. Okay? That was supposedly what had happened. according to the story. Now, he said maybe it's because he said something bad to him to end up like that. Something you think you can do what you did in your country, it doesn't mean you can do the same thing here, actually. But supposedly it was um, he was touching and disrespecting some of his friends. They called him and he came to the scene to rescue him. Yeah. But see, that's over in America, Cisco. See, we're over here as foreigners, man. We're very vulnerable over here. I mean, I hope it doesn't get out of hand and other people are quick to pull that trigger like that, because he pulled that trigger quick. He didn't say, hey man, back up or I'm gonna shoot you. He didn't do none of that. We're in a very vulnerable position over here, wherever you are around the world, if you're not living in your home country. Because you may be safe, but you're not protected. I mean, that man was not protected. When he got shot and fell on the ground, everybody left. Luckily, maybe the security called the ambulance or whatever it was. No one was even trying to help him. But yeah, we're over here. I just want to talk about it. Oh, okay, he was blowing weed smoke. Okay, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, the manager went upside his head. I mean, they beat him to a pulp. Look it up. It's probably showing on YouTube. I mean, this guy's famous. He's like a top chef. You know that award that they give you in France and all that? He won that. He did all that. He was here opening up a restaurant here in the Philippines where they went out one night. He said, so what should you do if a local is disrespecting your wife? Yeah, that's a good question. I mean, you should ask him to, hey man, back up or something like that. I wouldn't shoot him, certainly. And what do you mean disrespected? If he came up and first of all, she's probably gonna take care of his ass. Knowing, Filipinos, you know, but don't be the excuse, Philippine dreams. Very seldom is that gonna happen over here. But that's a good question. What should you do? Obviously make him back up and say, hey man, and get out of there. Remember, you got to learn to walk away. Okay, you shoot him or whatever. Beat him up, and then now your life's in jeopardy. You got to leave the Philippines because you're not going to stay here. You're not going to whoop a local and stay here, man. Okay? I'm sorry, you're not. If I was to whoop a local here in St. Carlos City, I'd have to leave. Yeah, he'll probably tell his story from the... He'll probably tell his story from the U.S. Yeah, it's not typical over here. I don't know. Well, no, it's not, because that's what guys think. They think that every woman over here wants them, that they can have any woman over here they want. They can't really, man. These women don't want you, man. Yeah, walk away is your best bet. Uh, that's the best way. Is just swallow your pride and walk away. But of course, I'm gonna fight for your honor, and you end up getting killed, stabbed, deported, and everything like that. And then, okay, here comes the next Charlie foreigner. Now he's living in your house and everything like that. Yeah, he said problem with alcohol is many can't walk away while they're drunk. Yeah, they're saying he was drunk, but I don't know. I couldn't see it. He should have walked away. He might have been drunk, Michael Beecher, like, because he was just standing there. Like, he was amongst friends. He wasn't doing, there was nothing going on until that car came into the screen. And then the guy kicked him. I mean, he kicked him hard, man, from the back. That's what started it. It just escalated. Boom. Next thing you know, I mean, within seconds, he's down on the ground. He said, if they disrespect verbally, I wouldn't even understand the dialect. But see, over here, one thing, like I said, they love their country and they love their fellow man. I've never seen that happen. Now, will they whistle and say, hey, give me your phone number? If you misinterpret that as disrespect, yeah. But I don't think they're just going to walk up on her and grab her behind while you're there. Okay. I know that some of my tennis buddies, they said that they went over to the local bar over here in St. Carlos City. They said a guy was drunk over there and he was cursing the women out in his language. They couldn't understand what he was saying, but the women were smart enough, just to keep going until they got home. And then they told him what they said. He's calling them whores and stuff like that, because he was drunk. But it's not typical, though. But you can misinterpret anything. Mike Dawson said, hey, Cal, you don't know what was said to provoke all that. Foreigner can be very mouthy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We have no idea, Michael. Everybody's really reacting on the CCTV and then what the shooter said. But we don't know what happened. That's why when guys was texting me stuff, I'm like, I'm not reporting that. I'm not saying that. I can't find it. I need to find it for myself. When they said he was dead, like 3 people sent me stuff that said he was dead. And I finally found the article that said he was confined in the hospital. He said, your woman should handle all intense situations. I told my lady from the jump, you're my security guard representative. She's willing, able, and proud to. These women are tough. Yeah, the Philippines woman's going to, she's going to hold her own. She's going to handle that situation. You don't have to worry about that. He said, best to keep your head down and just live a quiet, peaceful life away from most of the drama as in America. Pinching is what? Okay. Yeah, act like you're in the Philippines. It's real easy for me to stay out of trouble here because people don't bother you, number one. I mean, if you're looking for trouble, you're going to find it. But for the most part, man, it's so easy to stay out of trouble over here. It's as easy to stay out of trouble here as any place I've ever been. No one's, when I'm walking down the street, no one's saying, go back to America and all that, They just don't do that over here. Erico, the cabbie, says, half from Australia, there are always too many great Filipino vloggers on at once. I hope you're well, Cal. Hey, thank you. Yeah, we're battling it out. Hey, what's up, Retired 2019? If Kevin, him and Jenna Lynn are here, but they're over in Zimbabwe, he's supposed to come over here tomorrow. If he's here, then I'll put him on my members only live stream. If not, maybe he'll be here Thursday. He can get on the regular. He said, July passed her 100,000 subscribers, Cal. Yeah, it's a lot faster than I thought. And remember, she just had 40,000 in February. And when she interviewed me, I said, you're the hottest YouTuber in the Philippines. I said, you're going to get your 100,000 by the end of the year. Hell, she got it by the end of the month. I don't know how they're doing that. But remember, subscribers, unless it translates into views, it really doesn't mean anything. Our support, YouTube doesn't really, I don't know if you get 100,000, they put you in, you get some type of perks or something. I don't know. But from everything I know, the YouTube pays me by my views. They don't give a damn how many subscribers you got. But if it's translating into views, yeah, it means something. Or support, yeah. And honestly, it shouldn't be hard for a woman over here to get 100,000. Not the way we act toward women. We act like we've never seen a woman before over here. I just don't get it. We bow down to these women over here. They got it made, man. Better than any women in the world, really. That I can say. I don't know of anybody that gets fawned over and fussed over and everything the way Filipinos do. I mean, really. I mean, we've literally lost our minds. So it shouldn't be hard to get 100,000. Subscribe. They'll just subscribe trying to get next to the girl, thinking, oh, I'm going to subscribe. Maybe she'll notice me. Yeah, he said bars are breeding grounds for violence, disrespect, instant asshole, just add alcohol. That's everywhere around the world, yeah. He said, why is my video sideways? I don't know. He said, don't get a Filipina that don't care about you, and she don't stand up on you because it's going to be bad. Well, see, that's good advice. You hear what she said? Don't get a Filipino who doesn't care about you and who won't stand up for you because it's going to be bad. That's the truth. He said, Cal, when's your next meet and greet? I don't know. I tried to get it, but, they got Holy Week when I tried to, get it because I wanted to be at the booty sleep at Meg's. Yeah, you get a plaque, but what I'm saying, you don't get any money. But hey, guys, they bought Booby in here. She sleep. I'm going to have to get off here. I want to thank y'all for your super chat, super stickers, all your thumbs up, for joining the channel, all your support for Sunshine Shows. I never take it for granted. I'm going to have my members only live stream in the morning. We'll talk about something else. Don't be afraid to come over here. The Philippines is still the place to be, guys. It's still the hot spot. But I want to talk about this stuff because this story doesn't seem to be going anywhere. I don't want anybody to walk into a hornet's nest, but, leave all that tough guy stuff at home because right now it's not the environment for it. You could be the next victim, man, If they think that you're disrespecting them, man, they're going to come down hard. Hey, thank you, Blizzard Abroad, for that super sticker. Take care, everybody. And don't do anything stupid. Hell, get drunk at home, man. On the beach some damn where. Don't get drunk. Get tipsy.